welcome back to the Merck Method, where we explore mental wellness, growth, and the human experience. I want to just thank everybody for listening to this episode today. The Merck Method is growing each day, and I appreciate every one of you, because without all of you guys, it wouldn't be where it is right now. And, being in the beginning stages, it's still awesome to see it, just continue to get bigger. So today's episode, we're going to talk about those friend haters. And one of the reasons that I'm going to do this podcast today is I'm getting a lot of feedback from a few individuals that are having some struggles with this. And this probably is going to resonate with some people. I've had it in the past that, those fake friends that feel like they are supporting you, but as soon as you turn your back, they're talking about you. And a lot of times when they're talking about you, that's kind of them showing some disguised jealousy, right? Some fake support. I call it backhanded compliments. So when we're talking about those silent haters, I call them hurt people who hurt people. They really are not trying to allow you to grow. So you can see it in their actions. So they might speak what I call sweet words to you. However, they're not actually backing you the way that you need to. There's no real motivation in it. They're kind of subtle, yay, you're doing this, and then they disappear. And one of the reasons is they're jealous. And I hate to say that, and there's a lot of people that are like that. And you can see just for yourself, you can watch the patterns. You'll see it. They don't show up when you start to elevate yourself. When you start to grow, your circle changes. Now, granted, you might lose some people, but you're going to gain some people that give off that same energy that you want, right? Those are your people. Okay. So if you lose some people, that's what happens. You don't want to carry those people that are not giving you that energy that you deserve or need to excel. Okay. Because you need to start sending some boundaries. You need to watch the patterns for what they're doing. Their actions speak louder than words, because sometimes those words have no meaning, right? So it's not your fault that individuals are trying to hold you down, but you also can't stop what you're doing because of that. Don't give up because people are trying to not have you level up. They want you to keep you below, because a lot of people like the older version of you because you're not winning, you're not excelling. Some people like that quote unquote broken version of you because then they can help you, but only help you enough to not oversee them. Here's an affirmation for you to tell yourself, okay? I want you to repeat this. I do not shrink to comfort others. I am allowed to shine. And those who are meant for me will never be intimidated by my light. I want you to play that back, and I want you to say that out loud, because you need to push this into existence. You do not shrink yourself for others. You have your own light that you need to shine. And because I always like to talk about the other side, the positive part of it, being hurt by fake friends actually teaches you how to recognize your real ones. It shows you who's for you and who just wants access to your energy. Let's use this as fuel. Let it motivate you to keep going. Let it motivate you to push yourself even stronger. Use that betrayal into boundaries. Turn that jealousy into fuel. Turn every side eye and eye roll into a spotlight. All right, I got a reflection question for you, and I don't think it's going to take long to figure the answer to this, but here we go. Think of one person who's made you question that light. Okay. Then think about all the ways you've grown and all the reasons they might be uncomfortable with that growth. You are not the problem in this. How can you be the problem if you're trying to make things better for yourself and people around you? Doesn't make any sense to me. Your glow just makes their shadows uncomfortable. You owe it to yourself to be surrounded by people who want to see you win. Not just when you're losing, not just when you're playing small, but when you are thriving. Have you ever been truly happy in your life and then had time to sit around and hate on someone else? Probably not, right? because people doing the work don't have time to hate. What if you started seeing your haters as fans in disguise? And what I mean by that is reframe your mindset. Oh, they're watching. That means I'm worth watching. Oh, they're talking. That means I'm making noise. Oh, they're doubting me. Perfect. I'll let my success handle the response. You don't get hate when you're standing still. You get hate when you're moving, you're growing, you're shining. That glow is showing through. Their energy proves that what you're doing matters. Here's the basic secret successful people know. Haters can be your greatest motivators if you know how to use them. We need to turn that hate into drive. Let that hate remind you of what your mission is, what your goals are, where you're going. You need to stay locked in. You need to let that hate push you, not pause you. For every you'll never make, it becomes fuel for your next level. I like to keep the receipts quietly. I like to know and note when everybody doubts what I'm doing. And I use that as fuel, not for revenge, but for motivation. But you got to make sure you stay focused. The best response to all this hate is to thrive. Think back to a time when someone doubted you. Could be recent, could have been a long time ago. And you prove them wrong just by doing you. That's the goal. That's that quiet confidence with loud results. You don't have to respond to every comment. You don't have to clap back at every critic. There's going to be a critic in everything. But you got to keep the peace. You got to protect your circle. Surround yourself with people who generally want to see you win. Those people will show up. You got to mute those people in real life. And like I tell you all the time, stay grounded. Stay grounded in your why. That hate doesn't matter when the mission is clear. You already know where you're going. Be aware between the difference between the feedback and the hate. One helps you grow, the other is just noise. But you got to pay attention to which is which. Let's stop giving so much energy to the haters. I'm bad at it. I've done it every once in a while, but I also know how to use it as motivation. And start giving it back to yourself. Celebrate your progress. Even if no one else claps, that's fine. Speak life into yourself daily. Tell yourself who you are before the world tries to defy you. You are not here to be liked. You are here to make an impact. That's what you're doing. You are leveling up. Let's all level up together. Let's all encourage each other to level up. We are all going places. Okay, let's flip this. Let's give it gratitude. Let's give the haters gratitude. Thank you, haters, because without them, we would have settled. Their doubt lit that fire in us. Their envy reminded you of your worth. Their silence made you louder. So thank them. And then keep on moving. They're not mad at you. They're mad at the fact that you keep going and they aren't. They're not afraid of your failure. They're terrified of your success. You don't need to fold. You don't need to shrink. You don't need to second guess. Let their hate remind you how powerful you are becoming. Think about this. What if I told you that hate you receive could be the best thing that ever happened to you? I know it stings. I know it's frustrating. I know you get angry. But what if you could flip it? I mean, think about it. If you take every hater and critic and doubter and everybody who's kind of turned against you and was fake, really became a stepping stone to something bigger, better, and stronger for you. At the end of the day, you don't even need to prove the haters wrong. Just go be great. That is the proof. Let your life become the loudest response. Your consistency will crush their doubt. Your peace will silence their chaos. Your joy will make their bitterness irrelevant. Instead of asking why they hate me, start asking how far can I go now that I stopped caring? Remember, you need you. Your belief, your work ethic, your fire. The rest, that's just background noise. And I can relate to this too because I've had the same people backing me for the longest time, but I also had other people besides that, which I thought were people that were behind me and what I was doing. And I was on ground zero. So it wasn't like I was hitting the moon, but I was actually starting to level up because I was actually starting to figure out who I was and where I was going. And then as I started to level up little by little, it was crickets. There is a thing that talks about how there's three different, we'll call them levels, of when you have people show up for you. Okay. There's a reason. So that's when there's people that are in your life that they're trying to teach you something or trying to help you grow, right? Once that lesson is learned, they're gone. Then you have what you call a season. So they're with you for that specific period, maybe to walk you through it during a certain phase of your life. When that phase ends, so might the relationship. Now that's a little bit longer. So it might be a year, it might be 2 years, you never know. But at some point, it stops. And I'm not saying everybody's friendships are going to stop, but there are certain levels of individuals that come into your life for a reason, for a purpose, to get you through something, and then they've run its course, and you've probably been that person at one point in time. And then you have a lifetime. These are the permanent people, right? These are the people I was talking about where they have been with me through this whole entire process. Those are your people. They never change. Okay. But when you start to level up and you start to grow and you start to find yourself in that purpose and everything else, your circle will change a little bit more because now you're gravitating towards the people that have your energy. And that's what you want. So, unfortunately, some of those people that were maybe showing you a purpose didn't have your energy. And once you started to level up, that was it. Biggest way to overcome all of these haters is shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing hate as a personal attack, see it as a confirmation that you're on the right path. If people are starting to notice and watch and even talk, it means you're doing something worth watching. Remember, you got to rise above that hate to stay focused on your purpose. The louder that hate gets, the more quiet and intentional you must become. You have to stay on the path. Got to stay grounded to that why you started. Why did you get to this point? Why do you continue to go to this point? Don't give up. I know that sometimes you doubt yourself. It's okay, but then dust yourself off, get back up, and keep going. When you stay in alignment with those goals and those values, that noise starts to fade. I promise. Just keep showing up and doing the work. You got to protect your energy too. Not everyone deserves a front row in this show. You got to surround yourself with people who really challenge you and support you because their energy will help with your energy and vice versa. That's how it works. Find your energy. When people start to hate you instead of getting angry, which is really easy to do, just make sure you respond with that kindness and confidence. You don't need to fight hate with more hate. I've done it. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten angry too. I'm sure most people have. But it doesn't do any good. It uses that good energy, which we don't want to do. The most powerful thing you can do is continue to live fully and love deeply and grow boldly. Let your light shine so bright it becomes undeniable. Some haters may become silent admirers in time. It might disappear entirely. It's fine. Let them disappear. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to grow. You're here for a purpose. You're here for that goal that you set to yourself, right? Whether it's getting a certain job, whether you're starting a new career and you have high expectations, keep going. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve and to rise to your purpose. And you'll get there. At the end of the day, remember, haters don't stop your purpose, you do. Their words might be loud, but your actions will be louder. Let them give you that fuel that you need to continue to go and shine your light. You need to seek out those who celebrate your wins, remember, and challenge you to grow, not compete with you. Those real friendships feel safe. Everybody wants to feel safe, right? Balanced. energetic. You know, it might take some time to find your real friends. But one genuine connection is worth more than those dozen surface level ones. Don't let that hurt harden you. There's always going to be those fake friends and haters. And they'll make you question your worth. And then you become guarded. But don't let them steal your ability to trust people, to love hard, and to dream big. Use that experience from all these people to get wiser, not bitter. It's hard to do, but let it push you forward. Don't let it hold you back. It's like that old saying, every closed door makes room for a better one. Step through it. Stronger and clearer about who you are and what you deserve. Sounds great, doesn't it? I feel motivated already. I feel motivated to help you guys in any way that I can understand that you are here for a reason and to quiet those doubters. They can get pretty loud. They are very sneaky, and they can crush your dreams if you let them. You need to quiet that noise. Keep pushing through. You have goals, and there's always going to be somebody that wants to crush them somehow. You are strong. You've made it this far. We need to keep going. We need to quiet the haters. If you've ever doubted, dismissed, or disrespected yourself, let this be your reminder you don't need their permission to be great. You just need to keep moving forward. And when you come out on top, not if, but when, do it with your head high, your heart full, and your peace intact. Because that's the kind of win no one can take away from you. You will feel so great about yourself and so accomplished with all that hard work and all of the haters you've quieted up until this point. You will feel amazing because you are amazing, because you've made it this far and you're still going. And remember, there's people watching you in a good way. They want to know how you did it. They want to know how you got to this point. What's the trick? What's the blueprint to get through and rise above everything and still continue to rise? It might be kids, it might be friends, whoever it may be. Show them that they can do it just like you. Show them that they can accomplish whatever they want to do, regardless of who doubts you, all the obstacles in your way. You still made it. So as we come to a close to this episode, I hope that this pumps you up. I hope that this gets you motivated to continue to silence those haters and keep moving forward. Keep showing up, because you do need to show how gifted and important you are and your purpose matters. Show everybody that you got this, because you do. All right. As I leave you again, I always leave you with this. Stay grounded. Stay kind to yourself. And remember, strength begins with honesty. Until next time.